welcome to Meet Our Makers, an artist interview podcast produced in association with Beats Per Minute. I'm your host, Jeremy J. Facette. On this episode, we get to meet dream pop legends music duo Azure Ray. Azure Ray consists of Maria Taylor and Orenda Fink, and together the two have been putting out music for just about 20 years. In fact, they are just on the cusp of re-releasing their self-titled debut album, Azure Ray, for its first time on vinyl for its 20th anniversary. In this talk, we discuss the reissue and what it was like to go back over that time in their lives, to listen to that album in full for the first time in years, and to relive the experience of making it. We also discuss the band's origin story, which was born out of equal parts innate connection and shared tragedy. We even get an impromptu performance of one of their earliest ever songs from their adolescence. We also discuss what the pair have been up to lately, which includes, tantalizingly, new music. So please enjoy, and thank you for listening. This is me meeting Azure Ray. I was actually trying to get my dog to be quiet anyway.
Okay, perfect.
I think she saw a child or something out the window.
I know all about it. I just literally had peacocks walking in front of my house, and my dogs are going crazy. Oh.
My dog would not know what to do if she saw a peacock. She's never seen a peacock. I've probably seen a peacock 3 times in my life. So
we have neighborhood peacocks, and they have babies. Like every year there's a new batch, and so they just walk around the neighborhood, and it's so cute. But yeah, the dogs go nuts.
Yeah, I would say that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if they become a bother or something.
No, they don't at all. They're really great.
That's nice.
Neighborhood neighbors.
So where are you two located now?
Should we say our names before we talk?
Sure, although I can see who's talking, but we can say it for listeners. So Maria, what's your voice sound like?
Wait, who did you say? Hey, this is Maria.
There we go. And now, Orenda, what does your voice sound like?
Sounds exactly like Maria's.
It's good. It kind of does almost. And I've never thought that on like record, but yeah, talking to you, yeah, they're very similar. But yeah, so where are you guys located now?
This is Orenda. I'm in 29 Palms, California, which is the town right next to Joshua Tree.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in like South Pasadena, which is a cute little town, like 6 miles from downtown LA.
Yeah, I thought that Maria, that you lived in LA, but I always assumed that Orenda I guess she kind of does. I was going to say that she lives in the middle of the desert.
It is the middle of the desert.
But you do.
Yeah.
For some reason though, I feel like I knew somehow that you weren't based out of Omaha anymore, but I don't know. I didn't know you were in California too.
Yeah, we've been out here for about a year and a half. So not too long.
Cool. So thank you guys for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
So how have you guys, I'll just start off, how have you guys been doing this whole year with everything that's been going on? How have you been doing? How have you been coping, and what have you been doing to keep busy?
Do you want me to go first, Orenda?
Sure.
Okay. It's been, it's been a little bit of everything. I mean, I've felt more panic and anxiety than probably I've ever have. And I have 2 children and, trying to keep them occupied and safe. So, they're just home, they're not going to school, and all of their activities were cut off. And, just feeling a little isolated, not getting to see family. I mean, that's been, it's been a struggle, but at the same time, I've been writing lots. Like Azure Ray, we've been working on lots of stuff, and we're both writing and feeling really inspired. And Yeah, I don't know. I recently just had surgery for the first time, so that was kind of crazy. I mean, I just feel like 2020 is like everything is just happening.
I know,
You
it's
know?
just like one thing after another.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so now I'm kind of recovering from that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that my highs have been high and my lows have been low. But
Mm.
I guess it just is what it is. What about you, Arinda?
Yeah, high highs, low lows. That sounds about right. I mean, it's been definitely an interesting experience for us because we moved. Well, we moved out here 5-acre property. So yeah, literally are in the middle of the desert. And we were on tour for about the first 6 months. And then so we kind of finally started settling in and not very long after that, the pandemic hit. So we were already kind of acclimating to a really different isolated lifestyle. And
Mm.
then the pandemic happened. So it was, I mean, it's kind of been like a really long Twilight Zone episode for me. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm like, I forget the name of the actor, the one where he's like, the whole world's gone and he's
Oh yeah,
trying to
yeah.
find it, can't wait to read his library books and then lost his glasses. But it's yeah, so same as Maria though, ultimately, like, sometimes I feel kind of euphoric in a strange way. I think some of that just comes from the quote unquote blessings of the pandemic, where you just kind of have a new look at life, and a lot of time for introspection. But then the lows hit, and you're like, drinking whiskey till you're stumbling around and screaming into the void. And what am I doing? Where am I going?
Yeah, really. But it's good. I mean, it sounds like you guys have been able to mostly sort of stay busy, which is nice. Not everyone has been able to find ways to stay busy. And I think that can be a nice coping strategy during times like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I guess outside of just the emotional stuff, Maria and I are working on a new record. We're putting together, this 20th anniversary package
Mhm.
for our first record. I've been doing some kind of narrative, long form writing. Working on this new house. So we've actually stayed pretty busy, and Maria stayed very busy too. I mean, of course, she's got two
Mhm.
children that she's homeschooling now, so that's enough for anybody.
Yeah, really.
Not really homeschooling, but I do have to like sit there and help them while their teachers try their best to teach them.
Yeah, I'm a high school teacher, so I'm right there with them.
Oh wow. Are you
Yeah,
doing
it's
it virtually right now?
no, we're actually back. Pretty much all of us are back.
Where are you located?
I'm in Connecticut. So we have a pretty low infection rate in terms of like the nation.
What is it?
So I think it's like 2.4.
Yeah.
I don't even know what others are. I just know that people keep telling me that we're low. Um, but we started off with like a half back, half online, and now we're fully back.
Are you for that?
Not really.
Yeah.
I understand it, but I also don't because we had the halfway model, and even that was a little iffy with most of us, but it was working. And
Uh-huh.
now that we're fully back, we're kind of wondering why we feel so insistent to like fully return in the midst of a pandemic that's worsening.
Yeah,
But
when we don't know if it's safe, it's just such an experiment. We're just like throwing kids into it, like I think you're
I
going to be
know.
fine. And
Yeah, I mean, we have some kids who are fully online, so we still have to kind of do both, but most of the kids are back.
such a crazy time. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's been weird.
and there's no doubt that, I mean, there are other issues that go along with kids not interacting and not being at school, and the longer this goes on, the worse those other side effects get. So, I mean, there's just really no good answer, you
No,
know?
no, because yeah, I mean, if we were fully remote still, like, yes, okay, on the one hand, the kids aren't in a building of 700 people, but on the other hand, that's even longer without interacting with people outside of their family, which is, detrimental in its own way.
Absolutely.
So it's a weird time. um, but yeah, so I was actually gonna start off asking about the reissue, because I was unaware of this, and by the time this comes out, this episode will come out. The news will be out already, so we can talk about it.
Oh,
But
good.
I was unaware until Ryan emailed me like deep into our conversation. Oh yeah, like by the way, so this is what's happening, and so yeah, 20th anniversary of the debut self-titled album, the Azure Ray debut. Why? I know it's a big anniversary, the 20th anniversary, but why did you choose to do a full-on reissue of this album?
Well, for one thing, this record was never out on vinyl ever. So people have been asking for 20 years, when are you going to put it out on vinyl? So we thought, now is the perfect time. And why else, Orenda, are we doing something special? Also, because 20 years is a fucking long time.
Yeah, 20 years is a long time. And well, we just kind of recently finished acquiring our full catalog back from the two labels that we had worked with throughout our career. And so Maria's got a label called Flower Moon Records, and we are, releasing everything through her label, which essentially means we own everything now. And so that's pretty special too. So I think all of those things that we own our work. It's our 20th anniversary. It's never been released on vinyl. All of that together, I think.
What was it like to sort of go back over that debut album now?
It was really cathartic. I came to the desert, and this was the first time also that either one of us had seen and like been inside a room with other humans in, what was it, like 6 months or so, Orenda?
Almost,
yeah, it's almost 6 months. And so my family got tested, and she got tested for COVID, and we all got together. So it was really emotional in many ways, but we went through boxes of old photos and all of our old clippings and, magazines that we were in, and we really kind of relived it. And as we were planning, what we were going to do to make this re-release special. So it was pretty great. I mean, you forget so many stories, she would remind me of them, and I don't think I ever would have even remembered ever. So bringing all these things back into my mind is special.
Yeah, I would imagine it's sort of, it's not that you don't think about those songs, because you guys have toured, relatively steadily since the album came out, and you often will play a lot of those songs, but
it's just the memories behind the touring and those songs that we had forgotten. And yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, because the album, you put it out, but it's a whole experience that's sort of like this contained moment in time, and then you guys moved forward. And so yeah, I would imagine that going back over this time would be revealing in some ways.
And I feel like it's less just the re-release of this record, which it is, because it's never been on vinyl, but it's also celebrating just 20 years of everything we've done together.
Yeah, totally. And I would say too, as far as kind of revisiting the actual music, we, since we had it remastered for digital and vinyl, we did something which we haven't done in a really long time, which is just listen to that record from start to finish over and over again. And, because we play some songs from it, maybe like 4 songs usually live, but there's a lot of songs that I haven't listened to in a really long time, and I haven't listened to the whole record as a piece. And it does put you in a mood. It's its own little world, and I'd kind of forgotten that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty apt description of that album, even from a listener standpoint, that it's kind of its own little world.
And I think a lot of that has to do with just the intensity of the time, and also the really great production of Eric Bachman. Yeah,
I was going to ask about Eric eventually, but I'll bring him up now. He produced all of your full-length records, is that correct?
I think. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It's sort of interesting, because most bands don't have that sort of like one producer every time for as long as you guys did. And I remember reading it might have been like the Pitchfork review of the last Azure Ray album.
Oh God, I'm sure they slammed it.
No, it was calling him. It was just that it was calling Eric Bachman like the honorary third member of the band.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's appropriate?
Yeah, we always considered him that.
Yeah, because it sounds like he really did have like a nice warmth that he kind of added to a lot of what you guys did.
Definitely.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's interesting too, and thinking that because, well, it's kind of been a big joke between me and Maria, but like the drawing down the moon I think we had taken almost a 7-year hiatus at that point, and we asked Eric, of course, to produce it, and he said no, but. And he had moved to Taiwan. And so we were like, okay, and that's fine. And we actually went and worked with Mark Linkus from Sparkle Horse for a weekend to kind of test out a relationship with him. And we ultimately decided that we did want to move forward and make that record with him. But, as fate would have it, Eric had spent a couple months in Taiwan and decided that that's not what he wanted to do. So he like, after we had agreed with Mark, he called us and said, is it too late? I've changed my mind. And, and, Eric, we did consider him as a third member. So we did say, yes, no, it's okay. We'd rather do it with you. And we explained that to Mark Linkus, and a couple months later, he committed suicide. Not, of course, didn't have anything to do with our record. But that was a very emotional experience too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And just kind of a crazy way to enter into making that record.
Yeah, oh gosh, I can imagine. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's not like a result of it, but just the fact that that's sort of the way that those dominoes ended up falling.
Yeah, and that we would have been recording together at that time,
right?
Had we done it with him. So not knowing what that decision, how that would have changed things is, just that's kind of human nature. It kind of plagues you a little bit.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if we dealt with that 2 times?
Right. Or if he'd actually, in my mind, I'm like, what maybe something like, Jeremy was saying the dominoes or the butterfly effect, something would have changed and he wouldn't have taken his own life if things had been different. But then also, the other option is like, what if he had taken his own life while we were recording the record?
And that's how Azure Ray was born. Was my boyfriend died of a drug overdose in the van with us. So we, at an early age, we had a band called Little Red Rocket, and then we had to deal with that at such a young age. We were 23. And that's how Azure Ray started. We just wrote these songs basically as just our own form of therapy. And we never intended on releasing them. And then, everything happened the way it did. But yeah, that would have been just really, I can't even imagine going through that again.
Yeah, I never knew that origin story, so to speak.
Yeah, we had just written these songs, and then we sang them at a memorial show for him. And then one of our friends who owned a record label in Athens, Georgia, was at the memorial show. And afterwards he just said, if you ever want to release these, I have a label and I'd love to put them out. They're beautiful. And I think my friend, Eric Bachman, who we had never met, he was just like, I think he would be a great producer. And I think he'd be really, interested in this. So we're like, okay, we'll think about it. And then that was history. That's it.
And did those experiences, did those end up funneling a lot of what's on that first album?
A lot of the songs, yes, are us just coping with that loss.
So that makes then the going, like we were talking about, the going back over it. I mean, that kind of adds a whole other layer to that I wasn't aware of.
For sure.
Yeah. So you said you were around 23 then when you two kind of paired off to make your own songs apart from Little Red Rocket. So when did you two actually meet? Because in my mind, you are like birth friends, but I don't think that's actually true.
Well, we went to a fine arts high school, Alabama School of Fine Arts, and Orenda was a theater major and I was a ballet major. But my dad is a musician, and we always had a studio in the house, and music was always my real love. But for some reason, I dedicated a large portion of my life at first to ballet. I don't know why. I did love it too. But anyway, there was this common area at our school, and I walked through, and Orenda was just sitting there strumming a guitar. And I remember kind of like walking past, and then something told me to turn around, and I just walked up to her, and we didn't really know each other. And I just said, "Hey, do you want to start a band?" And then what happened after that, Orenda?
I think I said yes, but I only know 3 chords on the guitar, and we thought that was completely acceptable to start a band with.
It was.
It turns out
that's
it was.
definitely fine.
And then I think Maria invited me to spend the night at her parents' house, and
they were going out of town for the weekend.
We snuck into the liquor cabinet and drank some of their vodka. And
sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Pat. And then and wrote our first little batch of songs that were not good, but we thought they were incredible.
Of course.
I mean, we were probably so annoying back then. Like every party, we would pull out the guitar and make people stop what they were doing and listen to our silly folk songs.
Were they like in the same vein that you ended up writing in? Were they kind of slow and, kind of quiet songs?
Well, we could sing our very first one.
Oh God, no, not right now. I don't even know if I can remember them.
That I was actually going to ask you, not for you to sing them, but like, do you even remember them? But I guess
you do. Wherever you go, I'll follow you. Orenda, come on.
I haven't sung this in 15 years. I don't know the harmony. Hold on.
I think it was more like 30 years.
I know, 15. You sang this like...
Well, we put it in our act for a while. Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wherever you go, I'll follow you. Right, you. Follow you. Now.
I can't remember the part.
I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. I'll follow you for now.
Yeah, I can't remember it. I can't believe you can remember that.
I know. That's impressive that you remember that.
I mean, especially considering how much I drink.
That was really neat. You guys should put that as a bonus track to something.
Oh, we should.
That's so funny. So you would actually like whip out a guitar at parties and like sing these songs, even though probably no one wanted to hear them.
Yes, all of the time.
That's so funny.
Oh God, it's sad, really, but kind of funny. And that's how we got our first show. Also, is we would just go sit outside these clubs, and when the bands would load in, we would say, "Hey, you want to hear our songs?" And then we would just say, "Can we come up during your set and just play one?" And we got lucky once, and
wow,
this band let us come up in the middle of their set. We were 16 and 15, and we played Wherever You Go.
That is profoundly outgoing for a teenager.
We were so fearless together. I mean,
I can't imagine doing that.
Separately, I'm pretty shy. This is Maria. But I feel like always when I've been with Orenda, I just feel invincible, Just like,
well, it's nice though. I mean, I think we all kind of have that experience where there's someone that we're friends with or that we know that gives you that sort of like boost that you don't have on your own.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if I would have done it. I feel like Maria was probably the fearless leader, but I was kind of like, wow, what a wild adventure. I'm like, let's do this.
That's so funny. Yeah, I can't even possibly imagine doing that. I mean, I am still the person who will go to like a concert, even a tiny concert, and I can't get myself to say hi to like the performer, even if they're out and like mingling. I just can't do it. I'm so shy.
I mean, I can't either, honestly.
It doesn't matter what scale, it's on. I can't do it.
I had like one person that I really liked, I think a long, long time ago. And I think we were still in the middle of the docket. I won't mention their name, but I was a big fan, and we were playing a show and they were playing, and I went and, introduced myself to say I liked their work, and they were so rude.
Oh no.
that
I forget who. Give me a hint.
You can tell her after. I won't
Where
make you
was
say
it?
the name.
Just give me a clue.
you know, somewhere.
Or I can edit it out.
Right.
And I was devastated, and I was like, I will never, ever, ever approach an idol ever again.
Yeah, the thing with like your heroes, I know it's a cliche, but meeting your heroes can be really dicey.
Yeah, it can be. It can be, definitely.
Luckily, I mean, I haven't been doing this show I only started the show in May, and I've talked to a few people, that I've been listening to for most of my life, and everyone's been really nice. It's really nice,
cool.
and people, you guys are very nice. I think it's so nice when people are actually nice, because you don't know, obviously, like how people are. Like you probably would have never thought he was going to be that rude, but then they surprise you.
Oh, I would never have talked to him.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't have even gone up to him.
I know, it's tricky because with the entertainment business, you have egos at play, and some people's egos just get out of whack, and they don't become nice people. It's sad.
Yeah. It's like a protection thing. That's why I just can't do it. The only way I'll do it is if the person I'm with like does it too, or does it first, and then I'm with them, so I'm like in it already.
Right.
But I can't be the first one. I was actually, funnily enough, Maria, you played Connecticut like once, and I could not talk to you. I was probably like 17 at the time. I don't know.
Where in Connecticut?
It was at the Space in Hamden. This tiny venue, which isn't even, I don't even think it's really a venue anymore, but it was like it's like a living room, but it's not. And you were just walking around. I think it might have been even before the show, and you were talking, and I think you walked literally between me and the person I was with, and we were like because shy teenagers couldn't say anything.
That's how I married my husband. He was at a show. He bought me a drink. Next thing you know, we have 2 kids. Have a label.
That's nice though.
Yeah, I love people. I love talking to people. You should have talked to me. I would have talked your ear off.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I think I want to say it was like Lynn Teeter Flower time.
God, I wish I could remember the venue.
It's a really tiny place. But that's okay.
I just remembered this funny story. Speaking of, Maria, I wonder if you remember this. Well, in this story, I guess I kind of want to say, like, at the same time, when you're on tour, sometimes you can just have really bad days, and if someone catches you right at that moment, you might not be your best. But Maria and I were on tour in Europe, and we were backstage, and there had been this guy who was somewhat annoying. I think he'd approached us multiple times throughout the night, but sweet guy. And we were backstage. We were in a huge fight, me and Maria, by ourselves, screaming at the top of our lungs at each other and like crying.
What?
Yes, we were in the hugest fight, and he just got backstage somehow and opened the door. And we both turned around and looked at him, and in unison at the same exact time just said, "Close the door!" and like screamed it. And then his face, like, he looked like he was a ghost, and he shut it. And then you and I like looked at each other and just burst out laughing, and the whole fight was over. Because
I don't remember ever screaming at you in my whole life.
I mean, we were like screaming, but we were yelling and crying. We were just like in a big fight.
Oh God.
And like,
I wonder what it was about.
I mean,
I don't know what it says that Maria remembers the lyrics to your first song, but Orenda remembers your fights.
Don't go there.
We won't pathologize that.
Let's not.
Oh, that's a funny story though. Yeah. I don't, first of all, you don't just go backstage.
No.
That's crazy. That's a little psychotic.
But you would be so surprised at how often it happens.
I guess I would be, because I'm so the opposite of that. I'm like in the back. Oh, okay. Encore's over. Let's get to the car. Let's go.
But it's usually like the super drunk, 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
That somehow just.
I never have that. I never have that problem because I'm too cheap to get drunk at a concert.
Yeah. Well, you could. I could teach you some tricks.
That's why some people want to go backstage, though, Jeremy, because they can get the free drinks. It's like
that's true.
They don't always even care about the artist. They're just like, let me go back here and get in the fridge.
I bring my nice wine when I go to shows. I bring because I'm a wine snob, so I put it in a sippy cup, like my kid's sippy cup, in my purse, and then I order a water and I dump it out. I never drink the water, and then I pour my nice. I go to the bathroom and pour my good wine in there.
No one's ever letting you into a show again.
I know. I was like, you just gave yourself away.
You're giving away your tricks. Although that's a good trick. I mean, I don't get, I don't bring a bag. I don't have that fortunate, by virtue of being who I am, I don't have a bag on me, but sometimes they do search. Like, I guess they'll just think it's your kid's sippy cup. I guess they won't think anything of it. Oh, I forgot that was in there. Sorry. That is so funny. All right. Anyway, this has gone off the rails.
Some places are more strict. So I feel like.
That's true. Have you guys, this is totally not even on my notes, but have you ever played Connecticut as a duo? I don't remember you ever coming here, although I don't think I was aware of you until Hold On Love came out. So I could have missed it, but I don't know.
I feel like we certainly must have around the release of this first record with Crooked Fingers. Don't you think so?
I mean, it feels like maybe at a college or something.
Yeah, that's possible. Wesleyan gets some people.
Wesleyan. Wait, we played Wesleyan, didn't we?
Okay.
Yes. Well, we played Wesley. Is that the same thing?
Oh.
No.
No.
We played Wesley, the girl college.
Oh.
Hillary Clinton went to. Wellesley.
That's not in Connecticut, is it?
I don't think so.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Whatever. I don't think you came here, and if you did, it was like a very long time ago. Hopefully someday you guys come back. We don't have that many shows, or we didn't have that many shows come through. Connecticut's kind of, it wasn't like a hot spot. It still really isn't a hot spot, but we've been lucky enough to get some good venues opened in the last few years, and we've had sort of an increase. So hopefully you guys make it through someday. That'd be nice.
If shows ever happen again, we will gladly
I know.
Play anywhere.
I know they were this concert production group, Manic, who puts on all the shows in Connecticut, most of the shows in Connecticut, was doing an outdoor concert at this like huge, multi-acre farm kind of place. They just had Nico Case come. They got some good people, and then now it's closing because the town voted they didn't want it anymore.
Oh man.
I know. It's such a shame because our venues obviously are hurting, maybe even more than big cities, because we were probably worse off to begin with. I don't know. But
right.
Yeah, it's been tough. So I feel bad that they're trying to get like a petition for the location, but the town said no, so I don't think it's gonna go through. It's
that
sad.
Sucks.
I know. Anyway, my notes have barely been touched, but that's fine. That's okay. They're just guiding questions in case the people I'm talking to don't know how to hold a conversation, which is not a problem that you guys are having. So
no, it's not a problem that we have. People have to tell us to shut up usually.
No, this is I love it. I can talk forever. Don't worry. So anyway, we talked about the debut record. You mentioned briefly about the 7-year hiatus between Hold On Love and Drawing Down the Moon, which of course was now 10 years ago. But I feel like some people might just think Azure Ray is like whatever the opposite of prolific is, but you guys have done so many other things in the interim. Just to sort of rattle off, because I wrote this in my notes so I wouldn't miss anything. Maria, you have 7 solo albums just from the last 10 years. 4 from the last 10 years. So you have 7 solo albums, and I think you might have one more that I didn't count. That's like a collaborative album, but that's a lot. And then Orenda has like 1 billion projects. So you have 3 solo albums, 2 albums with O+S, 1 with Closeness, 1 with Art in Manila, and 1 with High Up.
Yes, someone should have told me early on that was a terrible way to conduct your career.
But like, you're not the only person who does that. There are plenty of musicians who have like 8 projects. No, I know, but like, you guys, I know you take your time, especially the past 2 releases in between. You take a lot of time with Azure Ray Records, but you do stay active. So I guess my question then is, how do you, I don't exactly know how to phrase this, but how do you decide independently when what you're writing is not for Azure Ray, or if it is?
I guess we usually just decide, like, let's put out a record. And then from that point, when we have made the decision to do it, we just start to focus on the Azure Ray aesthetic. And then we try to kind of write in that vein.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I guess we haven't really thought about it in those terms because it kind of happens naturally. But I think like maybe once in a while we'll bring in a song that had been previously written that we feel like fits, but mostly we kind of dedicate just a, time period to I don't know. I think Azure is so very specific, with its style that serves it to just put ourselves in a mindset and stay there.
Yeah, I mean, your solo efforts are pretty distinct from Azure Ray, despite being helmed by you two independently. So then what does compel you to go on these sort of breaks? Do you just sort of decide like Azure Ray is going to take a break for a while and you go want to work on other things? Is that kind of all it is?
Yeah, and a lot of it, we lived in different cities too. And so now, as soon as she moved to California and we were seeing each other a lot, it just, we just love each other. And Azure Ray was always about our friendship. So I feel like when we are separated by distance, sometimes that's when we do our solo things. And then when we're hanging out together, it's just like, well, why in the world wouldn't we work on music? Because that's what we love to do together. One of the things we love to do. So it was just a no-brainer when she moved here and we started seeing each other. We just talked about let's put out another record, and we've been really excited. And then we decided, actually after that, we kind of decided to do the re-release and to celebrate our 20th reunion. But before that, we had decided, it's time for us to start making some music together.
So when you get back together, is it sort of like out of like a missing of each other and just kind of wanting to get back to that feeling?
Well, like I said, it's just really she moved to California, so we were just seeing each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
happens kind of, it seems like it happens pretty organically, with us. I feel like also sometimes, we'll make an Azure Ray record and then it'll just kind of make sense to potentially do, either a solo record or a side project, since that had not been, done for a while, whoever you're collaborating with. So we might like kind of bounce back and forth a little bit just by nature of giving everything its proper attention. But for Azure Ray, it seems like it's just very organic.
Yeah.
And you've been writing new material. Has there been any studio time yet, or is that on hold until it's safe?
We're actually doing, I don't know how much we're supposed to be talking about this.
I know. But, I don't want to break any rules.
I know, but yeah, we are recording. We're doing it all remotely for the most part, except Orenda just got tested for COVID today, and I'm about to go, and I'm going to come to the desert with our producer, who will be unnamed for now. And we're going to try and do some work together for the first time, because everything we've done so far, in all of these months has been remote. But it's just amazing how, you can do that now, just like email each other tracks. And so, yeah, it's I don't know, we're excited, but I'm so excited to actually like work on some things together, because that's a whole other ballgame, is sharing that energy and sharing ideas in a room together.
Yeah, I'm excited too. But it's interesting too how, this is the first record that we've done. I mean, Marie and I both have done some stuff remotely with people, either with Azure Ray or otherwise, but never like as much as we're doing now. We usually sit in a studio with people for a month and are together 24 hours a day until it's done. But it doesn't, I guess what I'm saying is like, things seem to be clicking so well with this person that we're working with and just with me and Maria, that I feel like sometimes it doesn't even matter if you're in a room or not. It's just the vibe that the people that are working together have. And I'm feeling like even though it's remote, it's not suffering from that at all.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, which is
because I can imagine that remove can be maybe a detriment sometimes.
Yeah, not in this case. I have to say, I have not been so excited in a long time about music. Everything that's going on with Azure Ray, like this next year, like I feel like it, I don't know, I'm overwhelmingly excited.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's very exciting to hear that there is new Azure Ray coming. You guys, I don't know who runs the Flower Moon and Azure Ray Instagram accounts. I don't know if it's you, Maria.
That would be my husband. That's Ryan.
Okay, that's Ryan. But you guys, and I guess Ryan, have been posting quite a bit of sort of throwbacky, archival-y stuff for a few weeks now. To the point where before I even invited you to, I was like, oh, is there like something cooking? Which I'm sure I'm not the only one. But then when Ryan emailed me saying that it was the reissue, I was like, oh, okay, it's a reissue. That's cool. I don't own this record on vinyl. That's cool. I was kind of hoping for a new album, but that's cool. And then he told me later that you are working on new stuff. So yeah, that was very exciting for me to hear. I've been a fan of both of your work for most, if not all, of my sort of music loving life. I was probably for you to, if you want to do math, I was probably 11, I think, when Hold On Love came out.
All right.
But I don't think I found it. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't think I found it right away, but I didn't really start getting into music until like as a thing until I was 13 or 14. And somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I stumbled upon you guys. And I don't know how many like teenagers are super into very quiet and dreamy, slow music, but I definitely was. So I have been eagerly awaiting new stuff from you guys. So that's very exciting for me. And I'm glad you're excited. It's a good sign, that you guys are so excited.
Yeah, I think so too. And I guess that's what I'm saying is like, sometimes, when you're in the studio, you're kind of pulling your hair out and you get there, but it's a challenge.
You're so in the middle of it that you don't even know if it's good or not.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way about the way this record's going. So that is unique.
I feel like Ryan is going to kill us for talking about the record at all.
I don't know. I wasn't told we were not supposed to. So
he gave me, for whatever it's worth, he gave me some talking points and told me I can use them if I want to. And one of them was that you're working on new stuff.
Okay, good.
But I don't know how much he wants you to say.
He's very strategic with his, with everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you gave me like a title, a release date, and a producer, he'd probably get very mad.
Yeah. Okay. We
so don't. Yeah, we won't spill those details. But luckily this will come out after you guys. He said you guys are announcing the reissue in November, and this will probably come out early December. So people will know about that.
Cool. Okay.
So what does it then mean now? Because this is the first time you will have been working on an Azure Ray record under your own label. So what does that mean for you guys?
It just feels incredible. I mean, getting back our whole catalog and putting all of our things, having them all together, like Orenda's solo stuff and all her projects and my solo stuff and the Azure Ray, it's just like all together. It just feels so right. And just that we have like 100% control over everything. I just feel like we've worked so hard. We started out as 15-year-old annoying girls, like trying to get people to listen to us. And we've worked really hard. And I feel like this is really the ultimate reward is just owning everything and having that control.
Yeah.
I don't know, Orenda, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely part of it. And kind of part of that is that, I think we're considered quote unquote legacy artists. And in that, I feel like the music industry is just so oversaturated, and continues to be. Kind of started with the advent of just everyone can just record themselves and then upload their music,
hey, I do it.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
No, I know, but it is saturated. That's a good word for it.
But yeah, it's almost like you can very easily kind of get lost in the sea, even with your label. Not our label, but someone else's label, because they're not completely focused, on you. They're kind of constantly, it seems like, grasping to get out like the next new thing, or or just multiple artists that kind of span all kinds of different genres. And I feel like sometimes I just feel like we get lost there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like that's going to happen anymore when we're in control of our own, musical destiny.
And we just care so much about all of it. You can't make someone care as much as you do. So it's just wonderful that it's just me and it's we love it and we're proud of it. And so now we can represent it with that much love behind it.
Yeah. And it's nice that you can, like you say, you have ownership. So you call the shots, you decide when and if and how and where even, and you decide everything. I mean, there's no real contractual BS anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I can imagine that's pretty freeing. Before we go, I do want to mention, just because since this is sort of a rare occasion that I would get to speak with you guys with our voices, to Orenda, when you put out Blue Dream, your last solo record, I wrote like a little review of it, and I think I sent it to you at some point. But now that I have you cyber in front of me, I just want to say how important that record is to me.
Thank you.
I think, at the time, because it's so much about or so much inspired by the loss of your dog, and that was something that I had been experiencing at the exact same time.
Aww.
So I remember hearing that, and just I always describe it as a record I'm grateful for.
Oh, well, that literally makes it worth making, just to hear someone say that, because it was just a true cathartic effort. I think you don't realize how much that's going to impact you till it does. When you're,
for sure.
When you're an adult that loses their first, long-term animal, but
right.
And even
Orenda's dog. I mean, I was just thinking, Orenda, we don't even have him in the book. I mean, he was such a part of our lives.
He really was. That's true.
Such a part for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. My dog that I had lost was 15, and I had her from when I was, I think I want to say like 7 or 8 or something. And we, she was like 1 or 2 when we got her, and she died when I was close to graduating college, and that was around when that one came out. So I was like, yeah.
Well, Jeremy, you'll appreciate this. I've got, actually, I'm in my studio right now, and I had recently, I've been going through some boxes, and I found, so when Wilson died, I had him cremated, and I had half the ashes put in a tree in our backyard in Omaha, and for some reason I kept the other half. And then I had the psychic telling me that I needed to release those ashes because I was keeping his spirit attached to me, of course. And
you're like, that's what I wanted to do.
I know. I'm like, I think that was the point. But, and so I took them all the way to the desert, and I found them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect place to release the rest of the ashes. So I bought a palm tree. It's sitting in a pot outside. And within the next week, we're going to dig a big hole and release the rest of its ashes and put it in a palm tree.
Oh, that's so nice. That's nice. I know my dog's ashes are in my father's house in a box on the mantle. He kept
This is
them as
making
well.
me really sad.
I know. I love dogs
really
too
old.
much. Yeah, and we have a dog too. So this will be the first dog that I've had I got as an adult, as a puppy.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, she's only 5, but I think about it all the time. Because apparently I'm a masochist. It's hard. I know, and I love them so much, and you can't think about it. But
no, it doesn't help. So you might as well not.
That's true. Nothing
yourself.
Prepares you for it, even if you've been through it before. Yeah. I don't want to leave on a sad note. So
Jesus,
I know.
I
know. I just wanted to say that. But I am also very grateful for the work you guys have done together. I mean, you, Azure Ray, has been profoundly inspirational, instrumental to me as a listener and as a maker. So I very much so appreciate your body of work, and I look forward to hearing more.
Well, I'm very excited for you to hear what we've got cooking.
Yes, and thank you so much for being such a great supporter of ours.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Well, there's space for what the kind of thing that you guys create, and I feel like some people would like to act like they don't have space for something as intimate and as subtle as what you guys do. But I think it's important what you guys do.
Thank you.
So thank you guys. Oh, is that a howl?
That's
Buddy.
that's my old
Buddy.
that's Buddy, my old dog.
Oh, see, I should start a podcast about dogs. I love dogs so much.
They're the best.
I know, and the pandemic has been so kind to them.
We got a puppy also during the pandemic. We got a pandemic
Oh my
puppy.
gosh.
So now, yeah, we have a tiny house and 2 kids and 2 dogs, and it's,
It sounds
mayhem.
wonderful, though. Wonderful mayhem.
Yes.
I hope.
Yeah, the older dog doesn't really love the younger dog, but we're working. We're working on it.
Yeah. I know my dog's an only child, and we talk about getting another one and how horribly she would take it, so we probably won't.
Yeah, be careful with that. It's not recommended. We just did it anyway.
Yeah, well, how can you resist sometimes?
I know.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot that you said yes. So thank you for taking this hour of your day to chat with me.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was so nice to finally sort of get to meet you guys after all this time. So.
All right. Well, next time we come to Connecticut, you don't be too shy to talk.
I know. Well, I see now it helps. I've kind of already met you, so I can
we're
say
friends.
hi. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Well,
All right.
till then.
Well, thank you so much. Yes. Till then.
Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.